Imagine holding an ordinary 1956 Lincoln wheat cent in your hand, and then realizing it once sold for over $320,000 at auction. Sounds unbelievable, right? But it happened. A simple penny from Denver, struck almost 70 years ago, shocked the collecting world when a near-perfect example crossed the auction block for a life-changing price. Support our effort, subscribe, like, and share so we can bring you more amazing coin videos about coins that turn pocket change into treasure. The 1956 Lincoln cent was produced at the Denver Mint, which struck over 1.1 billion coins that year, an enormous number. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it features President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and two wheat stalks framing 1 cent on the reverse, marking the end of an era before the memorial reverse arrived in 1959. At first glance, this coin seems extremely common, but hidden among those billions are a few remarkable survivors. Coins so pristine or so error-filled that they're now worth tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Let's start with the basics. The 1956 cent is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, weighing about 3.11 grams. It's part of the beloved wheat penny series that ran from 1909 through 1958. Even though billions were made, most entered circulation, meaning they suffered from wear, scratches, and oxidation, especially losing that bright red luster collectors love. A coin that retains that full fiery red color, graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC, can sell for $2,000 to $4,000, sometimes more. In 2022, a stunning MS67 Plus Road 1956 penny realized over $25,000 at auction, and that's without a major error. But it's the errors and varieties that push some of these coins into shocking price territory. The Denver Mint had an extremely high workload in the 1950s, and die wear and misalignments were common. That's why you'll find varieties like die cracks, die chips, BIE breaks in Liberty, and even off-center strikes that can make collectors go crazy. The famous BIE error, for instance, happens when a small die break appears between the letters B and E in Liberty, making it look like an extra I. While minor examples may sell for $10 to $30, dramatic, raised BIE breaks can easily fetch $200 to $300. Another popular variety is the cut error, where part of the die breaks off completely, leaving a raised blob of metal along the rim. Depending on size and placement, these cut errors can bring anywhere from $400 to $1,500. And some extreme full rim cuts have hit $2,000 or more. Collectors also look for double-struck coins, where the coin is struck twice by the press, leaving two images of Lincoln slightly offset. A strong double strike can bring $10,000 to $20,000, and in the most extreme cases, if both strikes are full and clear, prices can soar into the $30,000 plus range. And then there are off-center strikes, where the die hits the coin blank in the wrong position. A 10% off-center coin might be a curiosity, but a 50% off-center strike that still shows the date and mint mark can bring $3,000 to $8,000, especially when graded in mint state condition. Collectors have even reported rare double die obverse varieties for the 1956 cent. Subtle doubling seen in the date or in the word Liberty. While not as famous as the 1955 double die, these scarce varieties still attract big money. A strong 1956 double die example has sold for $40,000 plus, especially when certified as authentic by a top grading service. So, what separates a normal 1956 from one worth thousands? It's all about eye appeal, condition, and uniqueness. PCGS and NGC population reports show that finding flawless coins from this mintage is almost impossible. Out of more than 1.1 billion minted, only a few dozen have ever graded above MS67, and almost none reach the elusive MS68 red category. That's why when one does appear, collectors compete fiercely, driving prices to the moon. But even circulated examples can have value. Coins with beautiful toning, vibrant blue, gold, or rainbow hues caused by natural oxidation, are in demand. A well-toned MS66 red-brown example once fetched $1,500. Proving that originality can matter just as much as perfection. Historically, the 1956 penny represents the final years of the wheat design. America was in the midst of post-war prosperity, and coins from this era carry a sense of optimism and change. The Denver Mint was producing millions of coins daily, using aging machinery that often created these fascinating mint errors. What was once seen as an imperfection is now celebrated as a collectible art form. If you're hunting through old rolls or inherited collections, here's what to look for: strong red color, clean fields, and sharp details in Lincoln's hair and beard. Check. Liberty. For die breaks, the rim for cuds, and the obverse for any doubling in the date. Use a magnifier or coin loop to examine every inch. You'd be amazed how many people miss valuable details. And when you think you found something special, get it certified. Send it to PCGS, NGC, or ANACS. These grading companies authenticate your coin, assign it a grade, and often reveal hidden potential you didn't know it had. A coin you thought was worth $10 could suddenly become worth thousands once professionally graded. Even rolls of uncirculated 1956 D pennies are still out there, tucked away in old banks, estates, and collections. Searching them can be exciting. You never know when you'll find a coin with full red luster or a striking mint error that could make your day. In the coin world, condition is king, rarity is queen, and errors are the wild cards that can turn ordinary metal into a fortune. The 1956 D Lincoln wheat cent proves that even in a massive mintage, a few coins rise above the rest, shining bright as hidden treasures of American history. So next time you spot that small D below the date, don't brush it off. Give it a closer look. It could be your ticket to a life-changing discovery. And remember, subscribe, like, and share so we can keep bringing you more incredible coin stories, hidden values, and real auction surprises that might just change how you see the pennies in your pocket. Because the truth is, that 1956 D penny you've had sitting in a jar might be worth far more than you ever imagined, and the only thing standing between you and a massive payday is knowing what to look for.